Good evening, everyone. Good day. Good day. Welcome to this special edition of Sip with Rev Melissa. It is our meditation with the full moon that we do every full moon. And I am so grateful that you are with me tonight live for this wonderful full moon meditation that we are about to experience today together. So, for preparation, please get something to write with and something to write on because we do a full spiritual practice. I'm writing something in the banner. Okay. We do a full spiritual practice that entails inspirational reading. I'll read something to you. Inspirational journaling. We will do some writing. We will also do meditation with the energy of the full moon. We'll close with a word of inspiration. And we always open with some information about the full moon. So, welcome, everyone. Welcome to Full Moon Meditation. And this is the Buck Moon. And we will get into this moon very soon. So, thank you for being with me, Rev Donna. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, Michelle from LA. Yes, it's been a while, and you are here, and everyone else who is tuning in. We are live on Instagram. We are live. Let me make us live on Instagram. now we are live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, streaming on New Thought Media Network. And I am Rev Melissa. So I'm going to share a couple of words with you about the full moon. And so this is our July full moon. It's in the sign of Capricorn. It's also known as the Buck Moon. And the reason why it's known as the Buck Moon is because male deers, grow new antlers and they are like in full bloom now for the male deers. So that's why they call it the Buck Moon. This moon is officially 100% illuminated on Sunday, July 21st at 6:19 a.m. Eastern Time. So Sunday morning, get out there, 6:19 a.m. Eastern Time, and check out the 100% illuminated full moon. But if you go out today, you can see the brilliance of the moon a couple of days before the full moon and a couple of days after the full moon. It still appears full, right? This moon is also known as, and I love this, the blessing moon, hay moon, the thunder moon, feather mounting moon, salmon moon, berry moon, moon when the choke cherries are ripe, month of the ripe corn moon, and raspberry moon. So those are some of the other names for this full moon, mainly named by our Native American siblings. So every full moon is a culmination point in time. It illuminates what has and what has not worked for you. So it's a good time to really pay attention, to take an assessment of where you are and where you want to go. The full moon is a time of heightened energy. So you might be feeling a little bit more emotional. You might be feeling a little bit more intuitive. So you want to pay attention to that also. Our intuitive senses are peaked during full moon time. The full moon is often seen as a symbol of wholeness, of completeness, of fulfillment. It is a transformational time, and it's an opportunity for us to shed the old and welcome the new. So, we are experiencing a back to back Capricorn full moon. So, if you recall, June's full moon was also in the sign of Capricorn, but it was in the early degrees of Capricorn. And this full moon in July is in the later degrees of Capricorn. So, what was your focus last month, right? What intentions did you set last month? Now is a good time to assess that for yourself, to see where you were last month and where you are now. Have you made any progress in the things that you are desiring to experience in your life? Did you notice any patterns, right? Any patterns that you want to embrace and any patterns you want to let go of? So take advantage of this back to back Capricorn energy of the full moon. It doesn't happen all the time. So Capricorn energy is about discipline, it's about being industrious with your goals and your aspirations. It's time to take initiative and to focus, focus, focus. It's time to give your whole heart to your purpose. It's time to grow, to blossom, to be full, to be full of your life, right? And it's time to stop resisting growth. Some of us resist growth. Some of us resist developing, expanding. So stop it. Stop it. Stop resisting growth, especially when we think about the energy of the Capricorn, especially in our professional lives. The full moon in Capricorn puts a cosmic spotlight on our career, specifically ambition, our ability to be practical and to prioritize. Or it could also be highlighting something that may be hindering you in these areas of your life. So there is a sip, just a sip of some information about this full moon in Capricorn, also known as the Buck Moon. So I hope you can use some of that information and use the energy that's available to us during this time of the Capricorn moon. All right, so we're going to get into our spiritual practice. So I'm going to read a story to you. And I just realized my book is over there. Hold, please. Okay, I'm back. So, this is a really quick story that I want to read to you. It's from this book, The Mental Equivalent by Emmett Fox. It's a really thin book. It's all about the law of mental equivalent. And that's what we're going to be focusing on tonight for our spiritual practice, are building our mental equivalent, because the energy of the full moon in Capricorn is about building. It is about being industrious. It is about focus. It is about prioritizing. So the law of mental equivalent is the wonderful partner in that. So here's a story. It's a story about Napoleon. So Emmett Fox writes in The Mental Equivalent. There is an interesting story about Napoleon. He thought a big nose was a sign of strong character. He said, Give me a man with plenty of no's. No's. If someone came to him and said that a certain officer ought to be promoted, he would say, he has got plenty of no's. Has he got plenty of no's? Give me a man with a big nose. If an officer was killed, he replaced him with someone with a big nose. You know what happened? The law sent him Wellington, and Wellington destroyed him. Wellington had the largest nose in English history. He said himself it was more of a handle than a nose. That take as a joke if you like, but it does carry an important lesson. The doctrine of the mental equivalent is the essence of the metaphysical teaching. The doctrine that you will get whatever you provide the mental equivalent for. I love that story. So, we're going to continue in that vein. So, Napoleon was like, give me a big nose person, give me a big nose man. He thought the big nose man was great. And he built the mental equivalent of that in his life. But what had happened? Wellington, who had the biggest nose in the English history, destroyed him. So we also want to be very clear about what we are building in our minds, right? Our mental equivalent. What are you building? So please have something to write with and something to write on, because when I do the meditation, we move in and out between the meditation and inspirational journaling. So it's really wonderful to just easily move into the next thing. Okay? So just have it handy. So we're going to go into our meditation. And this is a law of mental equivalent meditation. So get comfortable. Relax. If you're sitting, it's nice to have your feet on the floor. If you're lying down, just be aware that it's not bedtime. It's not time to go to sleep. So you might want to sit up, and you can close your eyes knowing that all is well and that you are safe exactly where you are. And we go within with our breath guiding us. So let us take a deep breath in and let it out. And take a deep breath in and let it out. And so we're inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our mouth. And if you like, when you exhale, you can let out a little sigh. So take a breath in and let it out. And we breathe easily and gently, just allowing the breath to settle us in, to center us within ourselves. And with each breath, we go deeper and higher in consciousness. With each breath, we let go of the day, anything that came before this time. All we have is right now. And right now, in this moment, all is well. And so we just breathe into our bodies bringing our breath to any spaces where we may be feeling tense, discomfort. We just breathe gently into those places. Just gently scan your body from your head to your toes and breathe, releasing what needs to be released. Release your jaw, release your shoulders. You might want to roll back or roll forward just to release any tension that may be there. Release your back, release your bottom, release your front, and just breathe. And as we breathe, we go deeper. And we continue, letting our breath guide us and show us where we need to go. And so now bring to mind a picture of the full moon. It's bright, it's brilliant, it's full and whole in every way. Just bring a picture of that to your mind's eye. Picture of this full moon in Capricorn that is illuminating all around you, through you, and even as you right now. And the wonderful thing about the full moon is its joy to receive that which you are willing to release. So you don't have to be ready, you only need to be willing. So release into the energy, into the field of the vibration of the full moon, receiving that which you are willing to release. And breathe. And as you release it, whatever it may be a person, it may be the past, it may be a situation that happened recently, it may be a limiting thought, a limiting belief, it may be a habit that you are willing to change. Whatever it is, release it and declare it complete by giving it to the full moon that receives it. And take a breath. And so we declare it complete. We hold none of it. We have let it all go. And the wonderful thing about the moon energy is its transformational powers to transmute that which no longer serves us and to create the space for that which does. And so we breathe and just listen to these words, keeping your eyes closed and just breathing it in. To change your thought and keep it changed is the way to build a new mental equivalent. It is the secret of accomplishment. You already have a mental equivalent for everything that is in your life today. And you must destroy the patterns for the things that you do not want. And then they will disappear. You must build a new pattern or mental equivalent for the things you want, and they will come into your life. And so we are building the mental equivalent of the things we desire to experience in our lives. No longer building the mental equivalents of the things that we do not want. We release that and we let that go. And in its place, we are building the mental equivalent of that which we desire. And we breathe. And so, using your imagination, tapping into the givingness of the moon's energy, bring to mind something that you desire to experience in your life. It could be a dream that you have been holding in your heart, but believing it was impossible. Let that go. Because we know that all things are possible for those who believe, for those who know, for those who are willing to build the mental equivalent. So just bring that into focus as much as you can. Feel what it feels like to have that experience now. What do you see? Who do you see? Where are you? What are you doing? Just bring all of that into your imagination, into your field of consciousness of the infinite possibilities as you build the mental equivalent in consciousness now. And so we'll take a moment in the silence as you construct that vision in your mind's eye, in your heart's mind. Take a breath. And now just capture on the page your mental equivalent that you have built in consciousness. Just write it down. And I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. Just capture as much as you can, the details, what it feels like, who's with you, what are you doing, where are you, what do you see around you, what is the mental equivalent of. Just write it down, declare it, invoke it, invite it, affirm it by writing it down. Okay, give you a couple of more seconds here. And then we'll just take a pause. You can continue after the full moon meditation if there's more to capture. And this is what you are focusing on. What we focus on grows. And so I'm going to read this just to anchor us into the law of mental equivalent. Again, by Emmett Fox in the booklet, The Mental Equivalent. Change your thought and keep it changed. Not for 10 seconds or even 10 days, but steadily and permanently. Then you will build a new mental equivalent. And a mental equivalent is always demonstrated. The secret of harmony and success is to concentrate your thought upon harmony and success. What you attend to or concentrate upon, you bring into your life because you are building a mental equivalent. Change your mind and keep it changed. You released what no longer serves you, whatever that may be, whoever that may be. Don't bring it back. Keep it released. Keep it completed. Not for 10 seconds, not for 10 days, but permanently. We are focusing on that which we desire to experience as our life. What do you desire to experience as your life? Focus on that and that alone. So take a breath with me and release. And just know if it tries to creep back in, that you have the tools to release it again, to let it go again, and to refocus. So when you wander off, gather yourself up, bring yourself back to where you are going, not where you was, but where you are going, and focus on that. And it will build, and it will be so. It is the law of mental equivalence. So that is what we get to do. The last thing that I invite you to do between this full moon and the next full moon is to take 2 baby action steps that are in alignment with your mental equivalent. Because guess what? We get to co-create that mental equivalent. We have our part to do. The universe has its part to do, and we have our part to do. So check in with yourself, your higher self, your inner wisdom, and ask, what baby steps can I take, will I take between now and the next full moon? Make the commitment and take action. Otherwise, you will be exactly where you are right now. Guaranteed. Because that is the mental equivalent that you are building to stay where you are. And that's not what we're going to do. So let's take a breath. Let's anchor ourselves in the knowingness that we have changed our mind and it is remaining changed, that we are building the mental equivalent of our heart's desire. We are living life on purpose. We are doing what is ours to do, knowing that we have use of the power of the universe to direct, to guide, and to make the way clear for us no matter what. So we breathe that knowingness in. We let the law and love guide us with peace in our hearts. Say with me, and so it is. Ashe. Amen. Beautiful. Beautiful. So thank you all for joining me tonight. You can open your eyes. Be light with yourself for these next couple of days. I would encourage you to really be very discerning about the energy that you allow into your space, into your consciousness. I would encourage you to not watch the news if that's something that you do. I would encourage you to be in life affirming conversations. I would encourage you to be in stillness more than you would normally be, to be a little bit more inward just for the next couple of days, y'all, and see what else is percolating in there. Okay? Pay attention to your dreams. Have something that you could write with and on by your bed in case you have a dream and want to capture it, in case there's information for you. And just pay attention. Just pay attention while you're out and about to any signs or symbols or messages that are for you. And you will know if it's for you or not. It'll be clear. All right. So thank you again. This was a special sip meditation with the full moon with Rev Melissa. I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, comment. Please follow me at I am Rev Melissa, specifically right now on Facebook. I'm growing followers, so I need your assistance with that. I appreciate it. And join me Monday through Fridays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time for Morning Sip with Rev Melissa, where I share an inspirational something something for you. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank you so much. You'll have a wonderful evening. I'm glad that it resonated. Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice, health and wealth. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.